Susan Mason is one of the top caterers in Savannah, and she's coming by today, y'all, to talk over some possible recipes for my birthday party.
Paula, I want to make your next birthday party just as wonderful as your past.
And y'all, while Susan's here, I'll try and get the secret location for my birthday party. Can you give me a hint?
Over the river, and through the woods.
We'll also taste test a few party appetizers, starting with my tomato tarts, then my creamy shrimp dip with a pepper jelly center. And then we'll make two of Susan's top sellers, her crab cakes and her Parmesan cheese rounds. Susan, those are so incredible. Well, I want to share with you this recipe that I have found it's easy to do, and they're tomato tarts.
Oh, I love tomato tarts.
I choose aroma tomato because I don't have to worry about matching up the size too much because they're all the same size.
Same size.
And you don't want a tomato bigger than your pastry.
Right.
So if you would slice those up for me.
Okay, about how thick do you want them?
I don't like them too thick. I don't like them too thin.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, I think that's probably perfect.
Now, what have you got there?
Well, I've got our puff pastry, and you want to let this sit out at room temperature for about 20 minutes. All right, so I'm going to take just a little flour, I think, Susan, and just hit it with a rolling pin, a little bit.
Paula, where did you get this recipe?
Oh my gosh, I think one of my girlfriends might have shared this with us. All right, now I'm just gonna brush this with a little olive oil, my puff pastry.
Okay.
And when you get our tomatoes sliced, Susan, if you want to de-stem us a little thyme, we're going to need that, and then we're going to need some grated cheese.
Okay, well, I'll be glad to
thank you. So that's what we need to kind of work on right now.
Okay, you want all these tomatoes, right?
No, we may not need all of them because right now, today, it's just you and me sampling.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll start de-stemming.
Yeah, I mean,
it takes a little time. Paula, I believe you made this dish for a very special guest.
Yes, I did.
And that would be?
Miss Oprah. And we just had a ball together. And you know what I found out? I thought I knew Oprah fairly well, but I found out during that trip that her favorite food that I had on my table was fried green tomatoes. As she was leaving, she said, Paula, is there any way I can have some fried green tomatoes for the plane? I said, you got it, sister.
Well, now, when you make fried green tomatoes, what do you put with it? Like, I do a black-eyed pea vinaigrette. I do a tomato and corn salsa.
Yeah. Well,
do you do sides with it?
Yes. You can take it a lot of different ways, but at the restaurant, we serve it with a Vidalia onion relish.
Now, what kind of batter do you use?
Mama used flour, Grandma used meal. Mama's were better.
Wow.
I like them with flour. So I run them through the buttermilk and then into the flour so they get a nice crust, kind of like our chicken.
Yeah.
Susan, I'm grating up 1/4 cup of this cheese. I'm using a white cheddar, Susan, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that down. And then we're just gonna lay the tomato on top, sprinkle it with a little thyme. Okay. And the thing I love about this recipe, Susan, is you can do all this ahead of time. Let's just put our tomatoes on.
All right, and then just sprinkle a little thyme.
Yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle a little salt, a little pepper, and a little thyme. All right, now, not a whole bunch of salt.
Okay.
Especially if you've already pre-salted them. Yes, perfect.
Is that enough?
Yes. Okay. And then I'm gonna grate some fresh Parm cheese and sprinkle on top of that. They're gonna go in a 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes. It is pretty and simple. This is what I love about you and your food. You're foo-foo.
Foo-foo. I'm foo-foo.
You're foo-foo.
I'm definitely foo-foo.
Your presentation is always exquisite.
Thank you.
Always exquisite. But here's the thing. about your food. It is so honest.
It is. It's straight up.
It's straight up.
It's the real deal.
And that's why I think I appreciate what you do so much. You don't have to guess at what you're eating.
You try to get all these new ideas, but I usually just go back to all the good basics.
Absolutely. You know, the kind of food that we prepare, Susan, will never go out of style.
It'll never go out of style.
So 15 minutes, $3.75. And Susan, you can, if you feel like you don't have the space, you can pre-bake these.
Oh.
And, stack them in a container and throw them back in the oven and heat them up at the last minute.
Oh, that's great.
So, it's just one of those great party foods.
Coming up next, Susan shows me how to make some of her delicious appetizers that would be perfect for my party, starting with her signature crab cakes. And we tackle her Parmesan cheese rounds.
Those are so incredible.
Then I show her how to make one of my party favorites, my creamy shrimp dip. And later, I'm so excited to finally see where my birthday bash is gonna be. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
So show me something, girl.
Okay, these are my world famous crab cakes.
Now, are we gonna cook your crab cakes in this skillet right here? Is this
Yes,
what you
it
want?
needs to be a heavy skillet.
And I was gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and let it be heating up a little.
Okay,
You
and
want
put
it
your
a hot
oil,
skillet?
yeah, and we want to put the oil about to there.
Okay.
Put that right.
Now, what kind of oil do you cook yours
I
in?
just use vegetable oil.
Okay.
So that's good.
Now, why don't you allow me to be your soup?
Oh, good. Will you chop those for me?
I will chop these for
Fine.
you. You just tell me how much.
Okay.
There's your pan.
I need this whole pepper
Okay.
chopped, and then I need 2 of these, including the green.
Just 2.
Meantime, I will be measuring
Yes.
up
Now, can you
half a
read-
cup of mayonnaise.
That's a great start. My husband, Michael, adores your crab cakes. Hopefully, he'll come in. He's on a ship somewhere.
Well, it's got a
Okey-doke.
beautiful day to be on the water.
Yes, he does.
Gotta have 2 eggs.
All right, so does this look to suit you?
Oh, you're so good at chopping. That looks
Thank
great.
you.
What I'm doing is getting the egg yolks because we're only
Okay.
going to use yolks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then I need some Worcestershire.
Okay.
A dash. Whew, it's a dash.
Susan, I'll get started on the red pepper.
Okay, then some Dijon mustard.
So I want it a little bit smaller.
That's the seafood.
Susan, I do love that crab boil seasoning.
Now I'm
Yes.
just going to put a pinch of cayenne.
Okay.
So everything's in there except the red pepper and the crab.
Okay.
Okay,
I just want to mince this up better because you don't pre-cook this, do you?
No.
I like to add all of my ingredients first and get them all mixed up so that
Very
when
good.
the crab goes in,
You can caress it. Okay, I need my breadcrumbs.
okay. So,
I can
Susan,
start making the patties.
you know, every year
My family,
kind of throws me a little birthday party that you're well aware of. But, you know, they never tell me where it's going to be. And last year, it was at Jim Williams' home. So, do you know where it is this year? Can you give me a hint?
Well, it's
Is it in Savannah?
over the river and
through the woods. To Grandma's house we go. We're going to Granny's.
No, no, no. I think I should tell you that when I make these crab cakes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the party.
Oh,
All right, so that's enough oil to suit you right
that's
there,
enough
Susan.
oil. But the thing
Okay.
that I want to tell you, Paula, about these crab cakes is that we make them a day ahead.
That is a great tip.
Right, make them a day
I've
ahead.
never thought about that. It gives them the opportunity to dry out a little
Exactly.
bit. I'm gonna check on our tarts.
Okay.
if you don't prick the pastry, the tomato could come off. So now I'm just gonna prick them right now.
Do you remember what all we had at your last birthday party at the Mercer house?
I was so busy, but I heard Brandon and Jamie Cribbs talking about an onion tart.
Those are my Parmesan cheese rounds.
Parmesan cheese rounds. Well, I did not get one of those.
Well, I have a surprise for you. We're gonna make some today.
Are you kidding me?
They're my most successful hors d'oeuvre.
Now look at these. Don't they look
Those
yummy?
are wonderful.
Would you like one?
I'd love one.
Well, I'm so sorry that you're in a position.
I'm in a bad position.
Ooh,
Just give me a bite.
what are friends for? So, Susan, these look wonderful.
All right, you've got to get your grease really hot.
Yes.
And I'm fixing
Is
to
that
drop
hot
them in.
enough?
I think it is.
Okay, well, it's on high.
You just kind of keep, looking at them and seeing if you think they need to be turned.
There's nothing in them really to be cooked except for the egg yolk.
The egg yolk. And so we can flip this one over.
Look at that.
Now we can flip this. So see, these are almost done.
Yes.
You want them to be brown.
Yes. You know what else surprises me, Susan? That you fry them in so much oil. They're very close to being deep fried.
Very close to being deep fried.
And I like that.
Okay.
Now, when you get ready, Susan, when you think they're ready.
I think these are ready, Paula, and I think your guests will be so excited to have these at your birthday party at the surprise location.
At the surprise location.
Where's my other spatula?
There it is. Did you make a sauce for these, or are we just gonna eat these straight up?
I like to use chutney because I like something sweet with it.
Ooh, this mango chutney is gonna be the perfect complement to these crab cakes.
I usually will cut a lemon.
Yes.
To put on the
little garnish.
A little garnish.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
What a treat.
Good as I have advertised them to be.
I don't doubt you, girl.
See how good that chutney is with them? It's just a good flavor.
This is outrageous.
Coming up next, we're gonna keep this taste test going with Susan's Parmesan cheese rounds.
Susan, those are so incredible.
Then we use one of Georgia's finest to make my dip.
Wild Georgia shrimp.
And later, this party is more than anyone can ask for. I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all.
Now, this is the one that
My family
keeps talking about.
Yes.
And what are they called?
Parmesan cheese rounds. I actually use just white bread, thin bread.
Yeah,
So you cut them out, you toast them on one side, run them under the broiler.
Oh, you did broil those rather than bake them.
Yeah, you run them under the broiler, what I call a slow broil, which I mean the broiler is kind of in the middle of the oven, the rack is in the middle of the oven instead of on the top.
Yes.
Then you just turn them over, and I use what I call hot dog mustard.
Yes.
You just want a thin
so
layer
just
of this.
Okay.
For the topping, you just use a cup of mayonnaise, then about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. You can buy the Parmesan cheese that's already grated. For this recipe, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but there's nothing like grating your own.
There's nothing like
Parmesan,
grating your own, but when you're making Parmesan cheese rounds for 300 people, we made 700 last night.
You made 700 of these last night.
Well, because everybody will eat at least 2. Like for your party,
Yes.
I'll have probably 3 each since you're
I was going to say, now,
so
if
much
you just
about
have
it.
3 each, Susan, that one more time, that will mean I won't get any.
Well, we're going to save you some in the kitchen.
Please.
I'll hide you some. Now get that mustard spread
Oh my
all the
gosh,
way to
I'm
the
so
end.
sorry.
All right, you just put your Parmesan cheese in there and mix it
You're
up.
serious about that mustard, ain't you?
Yeah,
girl?
I'm serious about it. I'm a little picky about some things. Okay, I've got to slice these onions. They've already been peeled. And you've got to slice them really thin
Okay.
to make it work.
Now, why do you use the pearls?
Well, I usually use the boiler.
Yeah.
Because they're bigger.
So you're just putting the raw onion right there on top.
I'm just putting it right there on top. All right, now after I do the onion on there, then I'm going to put just what I call a dollop.
Okay, now what did you say that was? A cup of mayonnaise?
And a half a cup of Parmesan.
Okay.
So we just use a teaspoon.
So you have really created a simple, wonderful recipe.
It's very easy. It's very
All right,
easy.
you want me to be cutting while you're doing that? You want me to cut some more onions?
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, now we're gonna put them in the oven and we're gonna have to watch them.
I've got it on full broil, Susan.
Is this one that's
yeah.
Okay.
See, I mean, it's on full broil.
Okay,
Both.
that's what we want.
Now, I always broil with my oven cracked. Do you?
Oh, well, you know, the only time I have to crack it is after the broil has been on for a while, it goes off. But if you crack it, it'll come back on.
Yeah.
The fire will come back on.
But I have to tell you, this is the hottest broiler you see. I mean, it is going to town.
I usually put a radicchio on the tray to decorate. And you've got to be very patient, which I'm not, but to kind of pull the leaves
Oh, you just
back.
kind of curling back.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got to be real patient.
Yes.
Because you need to pull them back one by one.
Yeah, I'll help you do that.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
Susan, these look done.
Well, I think they look positively beautiful.
Okay.
Let me just grab a tray and our radicchio flour.
Now look how pretty that is. Looks like a beautiful flower.
Now, they are hot,
Yes.
so you have to wait a minute.
They could pull the skin off the roof of your mouth.
Absolutely.
They're just
Are you
beautiful,
excited about
Susan.
having another birthday? I always get
honey,
excited when I have one.
Every birthday I'm excited about.
Me too, and I like my birthday. I'm like you, I always want to party.
I just try not to think about the number, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But all about the celebration with friends and...
Okay. There we go. They're one bite.
This is... You stick the whole thing in your
Whole
mouth?
thing in mouth.
Susan, those are so incredible.
Coming up next, y'all, we finally get to dig into my shrimp dip. Then it's finally time to celebrate with my friends and family. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
See, the only thing left is a shrimp spread. All
Of
right.
course, if you're having a party in Savannah, you have to have shrimp.
You gotta have shrimp, honey. So I'm gonna start with a little cream cheese.
Do you want me to chop that onion for
Please,
you?
if you just rough chop it.
Okay.
Because I'm actually gonna cream this up pretty good. If you do some chives, we'll sprinkle
good.
that on the top. I'm gonna put me some mayonnaise in here with my cream cheese.
Susan, can you also chop me a stalk of celery?
Now I'm just gonna pulsate that and just incorporate that cream cheese and mayonnaise together.
Celery.
And you know what? Now I think I'm gonna add just a wee bit of sour cream, like a heaping tablespoon. I'm gonna go ahead and do up my eggs. Maybe 4 eggs.
4 eggs. How many pounds of shrimp you can use?
A pound and a half. All right. I'm gonna put in our veggies. This is gonna give us some nice little color. Now, in come our beautiful wild Georgia shrimp. Then I'll add a few of these sliced pearl onions that we had left over. They should not be left out of the party.
They should not be left out of the party. This is already looking so good.
Please, shrimp gods. That's good.
That's good.
If we put this in the refrigerator, overnight. It would probably be easier for us to work with. I'm just gonna kind of mound this up. I'm gonna try to just do this like I would a cake. So how's that?
All right, that is beautiful. All right, I'm gonna spoon this in here.
Everybody loves their pepper jelly. And then I've got our toast points here
Okay.
that I'm gonna just put around it. Now look how gorgeous
Now that is so pretty.
It is just beautiful. Well,
Toast
Susan, let's taste our new recipe, girl.
Oh, it is so beautiful.
It is beautiful. Look at there. Yum.
Yum, that is delicious. Well, we're gonna make sure that this year your birthday is really special because Brandon and I have come up with the location.
The gambling casino.
Oh, you're warm, you're warm.
So this year, I know there's a party, but I don't know where it is. They're gonna load me up on a bus, and then I'm going off to the secret location.
Y'all, this year they have really outdone themselves. They've surprised me with a party at the Delta Plantation, a beautiful historic property in South Carolina. And I don't have to tell you that Susan's food was phenomenal. But the most beautiful sight of all was seeing my friends and family celebrating my birthday. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.